welcome to my channel.
This video is sponsored by Mosegan Hobby, an online GK store based in Malaysia. I've partnered with them to produce a series of videos all about resin kits. Do use my discount code Nico Suratos 10 to get 10% off on your next purchase. Today's video will be talking about Gunpla Resin kits. We'll do some parts checking, initial cleanup, and test fitting. I'm most definitely not an expert as this will be my first resin kit ever, but I do think it will be fun to share this experience with you guys. The kit I'll be working on is the AC Studio Zephyrantes Full Resin Kit. Now, let's talk resin. Full resin kits are exactly what you think it means. The model is made entirely out of resin. Sometimes, a plastic inner frame is included like in this one. Sometimes, you'll have to pin and drill some holes. Conversion kits, on the other hand, needs a frame, which is most often the Bandai model kit. For someone new to building Gunpla, it might not be the best project to start with. It's a bit expensive and will require more time and patience than a regular model. But if you're up for a challenge, then who am I to stop you? People often get intimidated by the amount of work you need to do and how long it will take. But just because something takes longer to do does not mean it's harder. With all that said, I first started building the inner frame to get rid of the intimidation I felt when I opened up the box. It's pretty cool to see that they developed their own inner frame and did not just copy Bandai's work. I had a bit of trouble building the inner frame due to the tightness of the parts, so I had my dad help me out. Also, remember to not tighten the screws so much because there's a tendency for it to lose thread, especially since we're screwing it on plastic. It's probably the most time-consuming and boring, but most crucial part of resin building. Resin kits are made by hand and they are also packed by hand, so sometimes someone forgets to add a piece or two on the box and you end up with some missing parts. So before doing anything else, you should lay out all the parts on your workspace and check to see if you have everything you need. If you ordered from Mosegan Hobby and you do have some missing or damaged parts, simply take a photo and email them. They have great customer service and are very easy people to talk to. Resin kits have mold release left on it. It will keep paint from sticking to the surface of the kits. So it's important to use some kind of degreaser to clean up the parts. You should always keep in mind that resin dust is toxic, so always use protection. A breathing mask or respirator and some gloves are perfect. I also chose to clean up the parts outside, just to be safer, not just for me but the people around me as well. Even after soaking the parts, I still chose to scrub each piece thoroughly. I did not bother with drying off the parts since I'll be doing wet sanding anyways, so I start cleaning off the gates. Resin is harder but more fragile than plastic, so keep that in mind. I spent a total of 2 days just taking my time with the initial cleaning up and sanding of every single piece. I know it's gonna be worth it, so I can't complain. Besides, you really don't need to rush, unless you have a competition deadline or you have a YouTube channel. After I can't feel my fingers anymore, all the pieces are now clean and ready for test fitting. Test fitting is a great way to see what needs to be done and provide some insights on how to assemble your kit. A lot of the pieces won't snap fit, obviously. You will need glue, or in this case, blue tack. But aside from that, it's just fun from here on out. I was right when I thought I lost some parts. Thankfully, the missing pieces are quite easy enough to replicate, and besides, it won't be too noticeable once painted. So remember to be really careful not to lose any parts during the cleanup process. I have to say that if you enjoy the act of model building, not semi-involved snap-fit assembly, but the actual process of working with the material and the give and take of the medium, then you'll get used to and enjoy resin kits. But if you just want to assemble out of the box and post the result, you're better off ignoring resin in general. If you'd like to see more resin builds in the future, go ahead and click the like button below. In the next video, we'll be taking a closer look and inspecting the details. We'll check for flash and other imperfections. We'll be doing a lot more sanding and puttying as well. Resin kits can be very intimidating. Even while checking the parts, I was very intimidated. But remember to just treat it like any other kit. You can't be scared forever. And if you're scared you're going to screw up, well yes, you are going to screw up. During this build, I broke a piece or two, and I have to fix some pitting issues that I caused as well. But screwing up is part of learning. Besides, it's a model kit. Everything is fixable, to an extent. Just build, screw up, learn from it, and keep building.
Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe and watch my other videos.